A tisket, a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. I send a letter to my mommy on the way I dropped it.
She's known as the Queen of Jazz and the First Lady of Song. Ella Fitzgerald recorded 200 albums and 2,000 songs shaping American popular music. And we're adding the biography, Becoming Ella Fitzgerald, to our reading list, a new portrait of Fitzgerald as a social activist, visionary, and exceptional artist. And joining us now is author Judith Tick. She's a professor emerita of music history at Northeastern University, who has written extensively about American music and women's history in music. Hi, Judith. How are you today? What a great book. I love Ella Fitzgerald. So, Ella Fitzgerald performed with legends like Dizzy Gillespie, Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, but early in her career, she was a band leader. Was that a unique role for a woman?
It was a unique role, one that she knew was unique, and even though she didn't officially do all of the business for the band, she kept that band afloat in wartime. It was Chick Webb's band, and when he died, she was his heir apparent. She was his daughter. He loved her. It was Chick and Ella all the way. And she took over that band during wartime, and she kept it going for 3 years under very difficult circumstances.
Difficult circumstances indeed. How did sexism and racism impact her at that time and impact her career? And how did she handle the adversity she faced?
She was an optimist in that she believed that people weren't defined by their worst behavior. And she was able to meet the challenges of the road because music kept her going and the band going. There was always that renewal that they felt on stage, reaching audiences for dancing, and then reaching audiences who gathered around in the Savoy Ballroom to listen to them. It was that feedback from people that made it possible to survive Jim Crow, which is racism, and Jane Crow, a not that popular word for sexism, but one that was around in the 40s even.
Now, Ella is spoken about, of course, now with reverence.
Yes.
But what did music critics of the time say about her role in jazz?
Music critics, we have to say that Ella had a 6-decade career, so there isn't one point of view that music critics had. But from the beginning, some recognized her talent, and others initially thought she took away from Chick Webb's originality. Then when she went into bebop and scatted, like the avant-garde singers, others demeaned the role of women in scat and women using avant-garde techniques. She was always pushing the boundaries. Then when she did the Cole Porter songbooks, critics even thought she wasn't intelligent enough to understand the lyrics. Comes the 60s, there was this division between jazz and pop, and some critics really went after her. They were pro and con, and they used Billie Holiday as a foil. We don't have to choose between Billie and Ella.
They're all great. They're both great.
They're both great in their own ways, too.
How would you classify her mastery of jazz and the legacy of the artistry?
Well, she knew she was gifted. Over time, she grew into the realization she had a great gift of a voice, but she also had perfect pitch. She also had a perfect memory. She had oral memory. We talk about photogenic memory. She had a phonogenic ear. She could remember whatever she heard, and it filtered through her compositions so that she had at her fingertips the vocabulary of everything from swing to avant-garde jazz she could incorporate in her improvisations. She was a brilliant innovator in that way.
Over time, what was her relationship with the Black community and the Black media?
Well, Ella was really known primarily in the Black world through Decca, through the 1940s. She was covered most extensively in the extraordinary Black press, including I'm going to name a few: Pittsburgh Courier, Chicago Defender, Baltimore Afro-American, New York Amsterdam News. These were hugely widely circulated newspapers. I wouldn't know about them had they not been digitized and searchable in the last 15 years. They adored her. She was uplift. She was a heroine. She should be cultivated. She had responsibility. She was a citizen artist. As she grew more widely more popular in the mainstream, meaning white world, they were attracted to her, but other styles like soul, for example, produced other heroes and heroines. But they understood that people were standing on the shoulders of one another, and she was a foundational figure right through her career to black audiences.
Now you wrote, and I'll quote you, across her entire career, the artist was always becoming Ella Fitzgerald, unquote. What did you mean by that?
Her son, Ray Brown Jr., said to me once, "My mother is all about the audience." Well, those audiences changed over time. So she understood that she had to reach one generation after another. So becoming meant staying not just relevant, but staying meaningful to people of all sorts. And don't forget, she sang around the world. She sang the complex lyrics of Cole Porter to people who didn't understand English, and they got the message. So the message was her important role as she grew into understanding the power of music, well, for social harmony, really.
This is a fascinating biography. Is there anything directly from Ella herself that you found in your research that encapsulates how she saw herself?
Well, I went hunting for interviews, as you can imagine, in the black press and the white press and everything that got digitized. So I'm going to read a quote from 1961. "I hate being typecast. Maybe I'm more of a jazz singer than a pop one. I don't care to restrict myself. I like to sing what I feel. I try to include as many jazz items in my repertoire as I can, but all the time I'm trying to broaden my field. I have to move with the times. I don't want to stand still. I must keep experimenting, trying new ideas and new songs." Hello, Ella. Isn't that wonderful?
That's just a beautiful quote. You know, let me back up. Why did you decide you wanted to write this book in the first place? Why Ella Fitzgerald?
Why Ella Fitzgerald? Well, since everybody knows her, why not? But for me in particular, it had an emotional hook because I grew up with her songs and her family. My mother saw Chick Webb. She was born 1 year after Ella. My mother was a dancer in spirit. Then I just adored the Cole Porter songbooks and the Gershwin songbooks and played them at the piano. And then when I became a music historian, I studied women's history and black women's history along with white, and I understood that I could do this revisionist history in my own way through news sources.
Well, I had a chance to see Ella Fitzgerald perform at the Blossom Music Center in Cleveland, Ohio. My mom insisted on taking me to the concert when I was a young person, and I'm glad I was there. Ella Fitzgerald, just a classic. And thank you for bringing this book to us, Judith Tick.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to talk with you.
All right, it's called Becoming Ella Fitzgerald, and it is available now.